Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is going to be my recommendations for whimsical, lighthearted, cottagecore is what I'm calling these books. Something to pick up when you're feeling sick, like I was for the last 3 weeks, which is why I did not put out a video. So I apologize, I was really under the weather. But I was reaching for books like this. It all started when I got A Girl with the Limberlost, and I was so excited to start this book, and I was loving it, loving the vibes, like beautiful, kind of sad, kind of melancholy in the best of ways, descriptions of nature, butterflies, forests. And I was like, oh, this is the second book in the series. And I got that, like, books falling off my lap. I realized that when they kept mentioning this other character, like we're supposed to know who it is. And I was like, I don't know who that is. So yeah, second book in the series. So I stopped it. I got the second book just the other day, and I will read that and then this, and then hopefully have a review for you. But yeah, love this so far, and I will definitely continue, but this is going to be books kind of like in this similar style with, most of these being more geared towards kids because I feel like they get that whimsy and the talking animals and nature a little bit better. But yeah, here's my recommendations. So the first one's going to be more of like an honorable mention because I feel like Peter Pan is just good anytime, but I definitely like this one for lighthearted, whimsical. I think it's kind of like I would have a hard time having this be recommended to like littler kids because it is written in a style that's not necessarily how we like read things or understand things today. And obviously like Captain Hook kills people. So like if you feel like a little kid's gonna be bothered by that, that's life. But yeah, it's definitely for kids, but I really like it. And I think it's a great book for kids or adults. Also, anytime you're sick, this is a good read anytime, but definitely if you're sick, you need to read The Princess Bride because it's The Princess Bride. I don't feel like you need to say anything more. I love this book so much. I read it to my husband when he was sick, and I have also just read it many times myself, but highly recommend The Princess Bride. The book is awesome. The movie is great. One of the best, not the best, because I think Lord of the Rings is still the best, but one of the best book to movie adaptations out there. Read it. Okay, and then another one I'm going to recommend. This is more, this is more of a, honorable mention would be anything by Louisa May Alcott, but I would say The Inheritance or An Old-Fashioned Girl for me are going to fall into this category. I really love these books. This one's more of a romance. An Old-Fashioned Girl kind of is a romance, but it's also like a coming-of-age story. And I love those both. Really, really good, lighthearted, but like that kind of style where it's like warm, it's inviting, it's about family, it's about, these close relationships, and you kind of get that even with like Little Women and the Sisters. So recommend. And then of course, here's some that I don't have with me because they're packed. I own the set, but anything by Beatrix Potter. She is the queen of like beautiful illustrations, like beautiful characters, gorgeous. I love all the animals. Probably a favorite for me is gonna be Jeremy Fisher because I like him and like his like distinguished little buddies. But just like all of them are so great, and I own them. They're just packed. So yeah, Beatrix Potter. Also in that similar, I did not know about Paddington Bear. I just got this and started it. A Bear Called Paddington is the first book in this series, but this to me is so similar to another one I would recommend, which would be Winnie the Pooh. I love Winnie the Pooh, absolutely love. And the main difference I'm seeing is that like this is a real bear and he gets into like more trouble. Whereas obviously Winnie the Pooh is a stuffed animal that stories are, the dad is telling the little boy, Christopher Robin, these stories about his stuffed bear. But very similar, and I don't know if it's just because it's like British, like I don't know. It's like, it's got that same feeling, just it's so cozy, and I really love the characters, and it's super cute so far. Loving Paddington. I got like a bunch of books from the series just because I started this first book and I was like, this is great. And I will eventually read these with my kids. But yeah, Paddington Bear and Winnie the Pooh, definitely in this category. And of course, The Secret Garden. I feel like you can't talk about like cottagecore without mentioning The Secret Garden. If you don't know the story, it's Mary Lennox, and she is an orphan. She becomes an orphan and goes to live with her uncle. And then there's this garden there that she like revives, and then she meets people there, and it's just her like story of how she's coping and living in this place, and it's kind of like lonely at first, but she meets her cousin, and just great. I love it. I love the garden, and it's just like really pretty, but also it is more geared towards kids, but I do really enjoy it. I would read it no matter what. Like it's so great. And you cannot talk about this also without talking about Anne of Green Gables, because nothing has made me want to visit like Prince Edward Island more than this. Like I don't even know if I would enjoy it, but I'm like, I would go tomorrow if I could. I would go today. Like the descriptions of it are so beautiful, and Anne is such a great character as far as like her imagination and her being able to kind of live in this world that she's created for herself that's like happy, and she's always positive, and she's trying to, deal with being an orphan and also being very unwanted. But I feel for her, and it's like not always happy, but it's not this like, it's not dark and brooding. It's not, like a gothic romance. It's like very like, the nature and the beauty around her and her life. And it's just like, it's like delightfully sad at times, but in a really nice way. Like, I don't know how else to say it, but I would definitely recommend it. Such a good book. And then this one, oh, I love so much. Okay, so this is The Wind in the Willows, and I have this really pretty illustrated copy. And so once again, if you are looking for something that's like super lighthearted, I would recommend this. So good. But also, this and Beatrix Potter have animated series that are beautiful. Check them out if you haven't seen them. This one has Wind in the Willows and The Willows in Winter. Both so pretty. I put that on when I was sick, and I was like, this is what I want. I want like Mole and Rat, these are characters from Wind in the Willows, like on their boat, floating around the river. Like, I want to live that life. Like, I just want that. It was so nice and so calming. So if you're looking for something for your kids, I have 3 myself, that's like not like whatever everything is so like overly saturated, and like the colors are so bright and everything's flashing all the time. Like, just put on something like calming. I recommend The Wind in the Willows and the Beatrix Potter series. So good. So that's going to be my recommendations for what I would read when I'm sick, and also just this kind of like I said, cottagecore vibe. So let me know in the comments if there's a book that you always reach for when you're sick. It doesn't have to be like this. Obviously, this is my taste and my style, like what I want. But let me know in the comments if you've got a book that you always like, or a series, or a style of book that you like when you're sick. And yeah, I hope you guys are doing good. I will definitely try and be filming more now that I'm well, but we are in the middle of trying to move, so I won't promise anything. But thank you guys so much for watching. I will talk to you soon.